Hello and welcome back to New Morlandia. Last time we went through probably the worst starvation bout I've ever seen, ever. It was terrible. We lost like 12 plus people. It was pretty bad. I'm gonna level with you. As well as I think we lost all of our Gestapo, which is like the worst. Overall, the situation does not seem terribly good for us. Oh wait, we still have some Gestapo. That's good. In the very least, people are fed, but we only have 8 human beings remaining, none of which are mating currently. I'm gonna level with you. This is pretty much the definition of a collapsed society. We're gonna play through this day, and unless things start to look up and up, I think we're going to have to retire New Morlandia to its sad fate. I mean, it'll probably run for a long time and then eventually get overrun by monsters. Those disgusting headless creatures, they're the worst. I mean, at this point, we don't even have bow towers running. We don't even have any builders. I mean, that's mostly because, you know, it was at the point where society was going to collapse if anyone was doing anything other than farming, so I feel like maybe not having builders was a good move overall. Should we cut down on Fletchers? No, let's cut one farmer, add one builder so that we can start fixing the defenses in the very least. And then, I guess we'll just keep going from there. I mean, in the very least, at this point, the Gestapo is probably going to have a pretty easy time just, you know, dealing with the whole situation overall. I feel like Amari will easily be able to keep tabs on the 7 other people in the town. The Gestapo, of course, doesn't have to keep tabs on golems and things, because golems don't actually think, and thereby, you know, the main purpose of the Gestapo is to watch what you think, and if you don't think, then there's nothing for the Gestapo to watch. It's just kind of how things work. So, there's really only 7 people that Amari has to look at and deal with. We should probably get one lumberjack in the situation. I don't know if Fletchers will actually cut down trees, but I don't think that they will. So if we just get one lumberjack to cut down some trees to let the Fletcher make some, you know, quarrels out of this stuff, that should help a bit. And then, I don't know. You know, I guess it's just business as usual now. Everyone trying to chill out, trying to make some food, realizing the inevitability of their utter demise, thinking about said inevitability of the utter demise, and then crying slowly to themselves. I'm so sorry. It's just how life goes. We're also going to get a cook. So basically, most of civilization, I believe it's 4 individuals, are focused on the act of creating food. One of those people is focused on the act of refining the food into a type that is, of course, much better. The ration basically cures more hunger than the traditional carrot. Because I don't know about you, but if you've ever eaten a raw carrot and been like, oh, I feel energized. Imagine if you'd eaten a cooked carrot, how much more energized you would feel. I think everyone would agree that you'd feel at least 7 more energized. Not 100% certain what the 7 represents, but it represents something that does energize you. That is a thing. Well, I mean, outside of that, kind of looks like things are, you know, nobody's dying, nobody's starving. There's a specter. I don't think we've seen these yet. These guys are like the most powerful enemy in the game. They're called specters. They're like ghost people. And they have, like, ridiculous amounts of health. Like, he has 1,500 health, not 15,000. That'd be completely different. Like, the difference between 1,500 and 15,000 is, I would argue, and I'm not sure everyone would agree with me, but I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna put it out there, it might be a significant difference. Look, don't shoot me if you don't agree, but there could be a small difference between 1,500 and 15,000. Just saying. We're gonna get some essence to try to continue to run the golem combobulators. And, you know, we're just gonna do our thing. Who are you? That would be Carice Houghton. Hello, Carice Houghton. Do we have any remaining, nobility? I don't think we do. No, we don't have a single member of nobility. Oh my word. And Albin Amari also happens to be the only person that isn't a woman. Amari, my goodness, you have something in your future, hopefully, unless you were like the husband to the other Amari, and now you're like, my wife is dead, I could never see another woman again, whereas then he's gonna have to go off into like the countryside and become a hermit, having to like fight off slimes all on his own. He wouldn't last long. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna stick in town. Ugh. But the situation is not looking good. We're gonna have to elect a new nobility of this sad tatter of a town. Who is this? Tatty Storm. Tatty Storm happens to be a Fletcher. Tatty Storm, I hope you're happy about this. You are officially going to be designated as the new nobility. You are a duchess, as there is, of course, a duke in New Morlandia. Well, correction, there was a duke in New Morlandia. He's dead. 100% definitely dead. So, that's unfortunate. But now Tatia Storm is the Duchess and shall try to uphold society while, you know, society crumbles around everyone. Is maybe not the best job. I would argue that most people wouldn't ask to have that job. And if they were given that job, they'd rather go be a hermit out in the middle of the wilderness, trying to fight off a bunch of slimes like Amari. But, you know, sometimes the mantle of responsibility and leadership is thrust onto you, even in situations where, quite frankly, there is no hope for leadership and responsibility doing anything. Yeah, she's just a figurehead at this point. Look, it's unfortunate. I'm sorry, Tatia Storm. I'm sure you didn't want to be a figurehead, but you are. Oh, wait, that's Albin Amari. Albin Amari is not a figurehead. He still remains a strong proponent of the Gestapo. He's not allowed to actually burn people at the stake anymore because we only have 8 people, and if we started burning people at the stake, I feel like that would be detrimental to the overall society. Just saying, there might be a small issue with that one. But in the very least, he does get to police people's thoughts. Under, I guess, the authority of Tatia Storm. Although, of course, the Duke has never actually had all that much power. It was more like, you know, the Duke's just there to say this guy's quote-unquote in charge, but he does everything that we say. So, I don't know how much in charge he actually thinks he is. Ugh. Man, so what do we have? We have 36 food. Looks like we're cutting up a bit more food. 36 for 8 people with 8 rations at this point. We could probably last an entire season on that. Nah, we need a bit more food. I mean, we're not going to last another season. I would hope that we get overrun tonight. That's probably not going to happen. But we're pretty much doomed. Poor New Morlandia. Oh man, look at this. This is a gauntlet of death. Like, you get mosh pitted by a bunch of golems, and then just arrows from every direction just start spiking into you. I mean, this guy basically doesn't care, this enemy here. He's really hard to see because Bill is hiding him, and now he's dead. But he was like taking a serious pounding in there. Basically, that enemy became Spartacus and tried to fight his way out. Unfortunately, unlike Spartacus, that enemy had to fight golems. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the difference between fighting Romans and fighting golems is a huge difference. Almost as large as the difference between 1,500 and 15,000. Just saying. Arguably. Debatably. That there's a significant difference there. Ugh. So, in terms of, like, I mean, I'm gonna level with you. We have 8 people, but I think things are running better than they've been running over the course of the summer. I mean, even with just 8 people, society hasn't actually fully collapsed. That is impressive, actually. These guys are kind of going for it. I mean, unless someone gets married here and starts having kids, it's not gonna matter much. And I think Alban Amari was in fact the one married to the other Amari that was also married, that was a woman. I don't remember her name. I can't be asked. She was a member of the Gestapo. I mean, that gives her high honors, but that does not give her the high honor of me actually remembering what her name was. That is a ridiculously high honor. It has to be said. But I'm pretty sure he's grieving over the loss of his wife and will never again take another, which is, quite frankly, Amari, quite selfish because society is on the verge of collapse here, and we could use little kiddos to batten out the overall population. Ugh, what a selfish Gestapo member. I mean, he is part of the Gestapo. Look, you can't stay mad at the Gestapo. Ooh, a ghost. Can we possibly... resurrect! Jennifer Shea? Welcome back to society, Jennifer Shea. I thought you were dead for good. She's an important one. She was the person who went from being a disgusting peasant person into being a cook. I mean, she still hated her parents for being disgusting peasant people, but I mean, she at least got to expand beyond the realm of peasant people. And now, you get to be a farmer, Shea. You get to be a farmer. How amazing. Unfortunately, Shea is in fact a woman. And by that fact, is not exactly the gender that we were looking to, you know, resurrect back into existence, just saying. I mean, I don't have anything against women, but they're not, like, the key gender that's gonna, like, save our society at this point. We do need some men that aren't Amari, who has, like, devoted his life to celibacy, which is the worst. Because we really need that to not happen. Curse you, Amari! Curse you in your Gestapo ways! I know him. He's all about Gestapo. Can we see any other ghosts out here? I mean, if we could find another ghost, resurrect that one too, we could have 10 people. With 10 people, I think if that 10th person is actually a male and capable of, you know, having the babies, then perchance we could actually survive this. It's not saying much. Poor Jennifer Shea. She got brought back into a world that is probably a lot worse than the one she just left. I mean, I'm gonna level with you. I'm not sure there are many worlds that are better than this one right now in its current state. This is pretty bad. I mean, at least, it's a small town. Everyone knows everyone else, so it's like there's societal bonds and everyone's like friends and stuff, unless everyone hates each other. I mean, I would guess that a lot of people dislike Amari due to the fact that he is in fact... Oh my word, look! Another one! Come to life, my friend! Did that not work? What? Oh, sometimes the process doesn't turn out how you plan. I tried to resurrect him, but it didn't work. Curse you! I want this human being! I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's a woman or a man. It's basically impossible to tell. But I want it so bad! It's a level 6 with 342 health. Come on, people, have more faith so we can try again. And if he or she comes back as a zombie, I swear to goodness, I quit. It's over. Come on. Oh, it's raising up so slowly. How much more faith do we need to be able to execute or resurrect? I mean, admittedly, bringing people back from the dead is a pretty significant action of, like, god powers, so I don't blame the game for having so much necessity of god power to actually resurrect a person. I'll level with you, it kind of makes sense. Oh, well, at least, I mean, it looks like all the bills are actually doing a pretty good job of clearing out the zombies. Then again, the zombie count is rising significantly. And I'm not sure that Bill is cutting through it quick enough to actually, like, you know, maintain numbers here. This is not looking good for you, Bill. Bill, are you okay? It's hard to tell. I mean, when you ask if Bill's doing okay or not, Bill then responds, and it's all of the Bills responding at the same time, which is not the ideal situation. Ooh, we have enough for a resurrect. Where'd that ghost go? Ghost! Come forth so I may bring you back from the brink of destruction! I'm not certain that it exists. There it is. Boom! Who are you? Kendall Shea? A male human being has come back from the dead? Oh, we have a chat. Oh, good lord! What is going on? Bill, this was not what we wanted. This is the worst. Oh my goodness. We can't afford to have these things destroyed. I would banish them, but I don't have the god powers because I just brought Kendall Shea back to life. Oh, why do we even bring them back to life? They're just gonna die. What are you doing out there? Why was Maureen Lepakako out in the middle of nowhere? By the way, best name ever. No! Society is truly collapsing. There's enemies inside the walls. You're not supposed to be in here. You're not allowed in here. Get out. Go. Be gone. Over the wall. They're not listening. I am literally the god of this realm and they don't listen to me. What's the point of even being a god of a realm if nothing listens to you? Jeez. We do, however, really need a banish right now. I do have to level with you. Yeah, this is not looking good. Well, I guess that will bring us to the end of this episode, and it kind of looks like all of society has collapsed around us. Maybe we can work it out. It's kind of hard to tell. I guess I can record the next episode if things actually look like they're not going in the direction of utter destruction, because, I mean, we do now have another male human being. I'll see whether or not it actually pans out, and if it does, we will return to New Morlandia. If not, we could potentially start a new town, if that's of interest. But until next time, thanks for watching, and of course, enjoy the rest of your day.